What is going on, YouTube world, all you viewers? Thank you for tuning in to another week of She Speaks. I am Joaquina Carter and this is a new episode.
Won't you come up here, come up high, won't you see us pray?
So today I want to talk about something that's so important. It's a subject that gets beaten to death, but I'm going to talk about it anyways because I think everyone needs that little reminder every once in a while. So I want to talk about don't forget your dream. Cliche, I know. I myself have made a video about this. It's as played out as videos about vision boards, and yet here I stand hoping that I offer a new perspective. And I hope that whoever is watching this, that you can get something from this video, because I think we all need that constant reminder of don't forget the dream. So there's 3 key points that I want you to take away from this video. The first one will be make it real. First of all, your dream, no matter how big, no matter how small, it does exist. It does exist out in the world. It does exist within you, even if you can't see it. And I just want to say that specifically if you can't see it, because all of us, all of humanity, especially God's children, we all have a calling on our life. And a lot of times it might seem beyond our reach or something that's not even plausible. But I want to encourage you and say, it is possible, it does exist, and God does want to bring it into your life. A good quote that Pastor Stephen Furtick said one time that really stuck with me is that the opposite of faith is not doubt. So often we think that, oh, well, just to make it happen, I just can't doubt. But let's be honest, doubt and fear are very real and normal reactions to certain things that we face. We will experience doubt in our mind, but we have to walk away from it. But the opposite of faith is sight. Scripturally, it says we walk by faith and not by sight. And so it's just this parallel of either you walk by faith or you walk by sight. And so I want to encourage you that if you don't see it, that might be a clue that it really is going to happen for you. The devil doesn't want you to get to what God has for you. Why would he want that? That would mean that God's kingdom is actually manifesting here on this earth. That means that God is going to get the glory. That means that his people are going to flourish. And those are things that he is not about. And so before you even probably realize what your purpose or what your dream is, the devil is going to throw you things that make you think that it's not possible. A small example of that is, I know for a lot of single people out there, what's real is that, you know, we want, I'm single too, but we want a healthy, happy marriage in the future. But all around us, we see all this brokenness, people lying and cheating on each other, even the marriages that we're like, oh, you know, that's nice, they finally found somebody, and then you realize what they're going through and you like, oh, I don't want that. That's not what God has for me. Or you keep meeting these people that just not being what you need in the future. That's just a small example. The devil will surround you with all these things that'll show you what God is telling you is not true. But that is a lie. And I just want you to make it real by walking away from that lie, by owning the truth, speaking the truth, believing the truth that your dream, your purpose, your destiny is going to happen. Point number 2, make it practical. So if you have a dream, how will you ever accomplish it if you don't take steps towards it? Somebody might say, I want to be a millionaire. That's a nice dream, but how are you going to get there? You know what I mean? Like, make it practical. So I know a dream for me is to be financially free. I want to be rid of all my debt and living in a financially healthy place. And so how I make it practical is, let me write out all my debt and let me make sure that every time I get paid, I'm paying it off. Make sure that I have some type of plan and set to get to the place that I want to get to. Make it, I mean, you know, student loans and student debt is no joke. So I know about that. And so it seems pretty insurmountable, but once I write it down and like, you know what, I'm just gonna take one step at a time. So my first step is gonna pay the $10 I owe on a credit card. It's just a random example. Like, It's something. I might not be able to tackle everything, but it's something. So make it practical. Well, you're saying, what if my dream is big? What if my dream is not practical? I totally get that. There's a lot of things that God shows me and reveals to me about my life that I'm like, that don't even look practical. But you know how you make those dreams practical? You pray. Simple as that. Soon, if you don't even know where to start, where to begin, you start praying about that thing. And so I'll go back to my example. That really is a real goal for me, is that I want to be in a financially healthy place. But because of student loans and student debt, it did not even look practical. So the first thing I did was I prayed. And I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed. And I'm talking about, I started praying when I didn't even have a job. I was praying, God, get me out of debt. A big thing is I visited a church that I don't even, like, it's not my church, we're all the church, but it's not a church I regularly go to. And the pastor was like, I just feel this word on my heart that this is what you should do with your finances. And it's not often that pastors talk about finances, so I'm like, good looking out, Jesus. Like, I was just praying, and that plan that he laid out that day, I'm still implementing that on my life. And so my first step was praying. Then the pastor spoke that. Then I'm like, okay, once I get my job, this is how I'm going to begin to let it unfold. Make it practical. Key point number 3 is make it happen. Don't stop until you get there. And that's really important to note. There's so many dreams that I gave up on. And God would always tap me on the shoulder like, you forgot about that. And I'm like, I forgot on purpose. So many dreams that I gave up on that I just let go. Or I didn't make a conscious effort to give up on it. I just kind of stopped pursuing it. And then the more time that passed that I wasn't pursuing it, that I wasn't actively praying for it or striving for it, the more unrealistic it seemed. So if you want to stay on track, if you want it to become more and more realistic, then you keep doing that thing. You keep praying for that thing. You keep taking steps forward, no matter how tiny those steps are. You will get there. Little and often makes much. That is the quote that I want to leave you with today. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of She Speaks. If you did, please, please, please subscribe. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, whatever you kids are using. Share it on some social platform, because if it encouraged you, maybe it can encourage someone else. And I can get my views up. When you have a chance, visit my website, WaukeenaCarter.com. There you will not only find all of my videos, but also all of my blog posts. I am a speaker second and a writer first. So yeah, check out my website, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next Sunday. Be blessed.
Why don't you come up here?